Australia's two-day win against South Africa has all but assured an Australia versus India World Test Championship final on June 7th at the Oval. Because South Africa needed to win all their 5 tests, 3 against Australia, 2 against the West Indies. And they were hoping that India would lose at least 1 or 2 tests in the bargain. But now that has not happened. So Australia's win at the Gabba has all but assured an India versus Australia final. How is that? Because look at the percentage points after South Africa's loss to Australia. Remember, prior to the Brisbane test, they had 60 percentage points. Australia now have jumped to 76.9 with just 1 loss in this entire series. India, because of their win in Chattogram, have gone to 55.7. South Africa's from 60 has dipped to 54.2. And if they lose the series, if South Africa loses the series to Australia, then India versus Australia is a guarantee. And India versus Australia, the Border Gavaskar Trophy, is a preview to the final. So how Auss-win has helped India in the race for the ICC World Test Championship final? India have moved to 2nd. Now the problem is the loss in Brisbane. Even if South Africa win the series against Australia, they cannot overhaul India on the percentage points, because India will, if they win against Bangladesh, they will have a significant gap. And even if India draw or lose the series versus Australia, then South Africa must not win against West Indies in their remaining 2 tests that will be played in March. Remember, March will be the time when the 2 tests between South Africa and West Indies will be played. If South Africa wins both, and if they win the 2 tests against Australia, and India loses all 4 tests against South Africa, if India loses all 4 tests against Australia, then and only then they may have a faint chance of making it to the top 2. But this loss has dented South Africa big time. So what are Australia, South Africa and India's predicament in the World Test Championship final cycle? The last point, Australia are all but through. Even if they lose their remaining 6 tests, it still will not make a big dent on their percentage points, because they have achieved a significant cushion. South Africa now have to win all the 4 tests. If India win versus Bangladesh, they will all but seal the final spot, because even if they lose 0-4 to Australia at home, which seems rather unlikely, South Africa then cannot overhaul them on percentage points. Australia, on the other hand, since India will go up, Australia's will come down. So India will assure themselves of a spot in the final if they win in Mirpur. But if they lose in Mirpur, then and only then they will have slight complications. So remember, the equation is now simple. Australia are playing 6 tests, India are playing 5 tests, South Africa are playing 4 tests. Australia are all but through. South Africa must win the remaining 4 tests. If they don't win in Melbourne or if they don't win in Sydney, they are out. India, on the other hand, are sitting very pretty, because if they win in Mirpur, they will then assure themselves of a spot in the final. But Australia, if they hold on for a win or a draw in Sydney or Melbourne, they are assured of a spot in the World Test Championship final. So India versus Australia in February, March could be a preview to the final. So that is why this World Test Championship cycle now has been blown open fully in favor of India and Australia's favor. Australia have a very, very good percentage points of 76.9. India are sitting pretty with 2nd position with 1 more test to go against Bangladesh in Mirpur. If they win that, they are also assured. South Africa, on the other hand, they have to win the remaining 4 tests and ensure India do not win by a significant margin in Australia, against Australia. So that is it about when it comes to the World Test Championship final cycle. It's a very, very interesting situation, but we could see India versus Australia, June 7th, 2023 at the Oval. Thank you so much, folks, for listening to this special video. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.